Hey everyone, I wanted you to keep an eye on my Rumble channel, and I'll leave a link to it below because subscribe to it if you can, because soon I'm going to be releasing an interview between me and Miles Johnston from the Basis Project. It's been kind of lost out in the shadow banned world of the internet for, I don't know, going on about 5 years now. Hardly anybody saw it. It's an interview that I thought went pretty well, and it covers in great detail quite a bit of my YouTube material that has since been deleted by the YouTube censors, and my channel's been completely omitted. So it references and demonstrates a long history of me reporting on Nazis in America and how to track them and where to find them. This is basically just a historical document. It was done around October of 2018. It's about an hour-long interview between Miles Johnston and I. I contacted him and asked him if I could repost it, and then he said it was okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do that soon when I have access to a good internet connection. I'm either going to post it on its own with a little bit of an add-on from the beginning, or I might curate it a little bit and actually do a live presentation where I play the whole thing and then do like a Q&A and add other material to it, because I've learned a lot since then. So it's important to sort of contextualize this interview I'm going to show you relative to what I knew at the time. So before I do release it, I'm going to give you a quick history. When I put that out, that interview that I'm going to show you, it was 2018. A lot of this information was very new to me and fresh. I didn't understand how much my family was involved with like very, very significant deep state or Department of Justice functions. It was newly learned knowledge. Just before then, I'd really assumed that like things were way different relative to government influence and my family. I knew there was some, but I had no idea that it was this significant, let alone that my family had been involved with cases that involved, well, one relative being blacklisted by the Russian government for the case of Roman Seleznev, and that was a human rights violations blacklist that they've been put on by Russia. So, you know, when you contextualize the fact that a major world superpower had blacklisted a relative of mine, and then I had a brother that was running major national security directorate functions from the Department of Energy, like my life was getting strange, you know, just leading up to these interviews that I did with Miles Johnston, and I was looking for help and looking for answers. So I was still really naive about quite a few things, folks. So if you do run across interviews from that era, please understand, like I was doing these interviews between about 2016 leading up to about late 2018. And so at the beginning, I still had a solid, well, relatively solid relationship with my family, and we're still in contact. Okay, that was in 2016. Then by the time 2018 had rolled around, there were rifts and there was strife. And then by the time 2019 had rolled around, about a year after that interview, there is a complete disconnect. And so that's something that's important for you to understand before you watch those interviews, is that I didn't understand everything the way I do now. I didn't have as significant of understanding with energetics. I didn't know much about Wilhelm Reich. I didn't know anything about beyond like what I'd released in that material. It was mostly theoretic. And since then, I've done much more research, and I'm much more learned and much more well trained in using test gear and other things to verify my findings as well as my research. So I just wanted to let you guys know that, to expect that to be uploaded to Rumble only. So you have to be on the Rumble channel to get that, and make sure you subscribe to that. And I'll drop another link inside here to let you know when that happens, or leading into when the live stream happens before then. But it'll happen soon. I'm not sure when, but hopefully in the next few days. Thanks.